All right. So I've been very vocal about, kind of giving credit where it's due with Jake Paul. Um, when he started boxing, I thought it was kind of a joke, and then I was like, okay, who's he really gonna beat? Then he fights Tyron Woodley, and then does that twice, KOs Tyron, and that's when I started warming up and saying, you know what, Jake Paul's actually got something in him because Tyron Woodley is not easy to KO. A lot of people looked for, reasons on why. Oh, Tyron's past his prime. Tyron's not like that anymore. But if you understand UFC fighters versus normal people, any normal person who got in the boxing ring with Tyron Woodley would have an issue because Tyron's just still a beast. Has he been a beast that's been losing against other beasts a lot? Yeah. But that's where I was like, you know what? I got to give Jake Paul a little bit of credit. So I wasn't a massive Jake Paul hater. I'm still not now. I still give him credit, especially after that Mike Perry win. Because Mike Perry is a striker. He's a stand-up fighter, and he gets it done. He's a tough dude. So even if there's a size difference a little bit there to knock out, Mike Perry, good on you. And you know what? I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe Jake Paul is going to be proving a lot of us wrong. Maybe he really has something. And Mike Tyson, a lot of people are thinking there were some theories, no knockouts agreed upon. There was something in the clause. I don't know. I'm not on the end of that. I'm not even going to get into that. But we could see was this, with the buildup and all the talk about it, this fight did not deliver. And this fight was a net negative for Jake Paul. I honestly had a feeling he was going to be the one going to win this one, and he did by a decision, which I was hoping it would be, someone would at least get finished, TKO'd or something like that. I'm not to wish that Mike Tyson got TKO'd, but what if Mike Tyson was the one that TKO'd or KO'd Jake Paul? That would have been easily as entertaining, but the fact that it went a decision and it was kind of like, of a fight, in my honest opinion, it wasn't what it could have been. But it also kind of just showed that Mike Tyson, he is older. He hasn't got it much anymore. You still expect a lot because it is Mike Tyson, regardless of age. The prime Mike Tyson of old days was amazing. But, biology happens. Time catches everybody. And Jake Paul gets another win. And for now. And then he's probably going to come back and he's going to want to fight someone else. Is Mike Tyson going to fight Logan Paul next? I really hope not. I think Mike Tyson just needs to stop because his age is going to be a factor going against people who actually do know how to box. Because the Paul brothers, even though they're not professional fighter caliber level fighters, make that make sense, they still have done a couple things that kind of impressed me or, exceeded my expectations, especially when you look at the fact that they do have wrestling background. That helps and pays a matter into it. But, as much things as, I could take away from Jake Paul or I could take away from Mike Tyson or I could give this to Jake or give Mike Tyson, Jake Paul was the one that had all the pressure on him in this fight. And you could tell that this was probably a very bittersweet. Even though Jake Paul won, I feel like in a sense he still lost. Yeah, he gave credence to Mike Tyson at the end of all of it. And said, I'm honored to share the ring with him. But if Jake Paul wants to, save the career that he has, a lot of people are going to say, there's no career to be saved. I still think that there's something there. There's still some showmanship there. To have a bounce back, he would actually really need to fight someone his age, who is his size, who is at their heart a boxer. I honestly feel like a Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul fight would probably be very competitive. And honestly, I'd be all right with that if, Jake Paul went in, and even if he lost to Canelo somehow, I would still have respect for Jake Paul for stepping in there against Canelo because he's doing all the criticism against what these fans are saying and what all these boxing fanatics are talking about him. But, overall, I think it's justified, this fight, as much as they try to package it up. just left a bad taste. And I think it is a low point for Jake Paul's career, being brutally honest. I as much as a lot of people love to hate on Jake Paul online, I got to give credit where it's due. But right now it's like this left a sour taste in a lot of our mouths. So, with all due respect, Jake Paul probably should go fight Canelo Alvarez or someone like that, because then he could actually get some legitimate hype, gained opponent, someone who could still get it done. No more old men. The charade is up no matter what, and it's not moving the goalpost. It's just the result of the fight. But that's what I gotta say. Peace out.